What's crackin', and welcome back to Disney Dreamlight Valley. I'm cozyceto, and I'm so happy you're here because it's reset day and we can finally see if our new predictions are as accurate as I believed they would be. I'm excited, and I hope you are too, because this information would be absolutely groundbreaking, as no one else had quite solved the shop yet, and this could be a major help when planning our moonstones. If we were right, I think that my moonstones are on the safer side, so let's grab our results and dive into what's new. First things first, we are checking out my results for the Grandbanquetextravaganza challenge. I honestly loved how this snap turned out, and I think that this outfit is definitely one of my favorites I've created for Dreamsnaps, like, ever. So I was really happy with this one. I loved all the reds and the golds in this shot, and I hope that the voters did too. I know that my moonstones will really be suffering in the coming weeks, so anything that I can get will definitely come in handy with all of the amazing stuff coming to the shop this season. So I guess we should get in there and see what the verdict is. A good one. That's what it was. I am so happy to see this 4K victory in my mailbox, and honestly, now I can only hope that we can just keep this little streak alive. Rank 2,512 is rather nice overall, and I think it's super fair for what I submitted here, so there is no complaints on my end. Now that I do have a few more moonstones in the bank, I think we should check out the new theme and get a better feel for what our next challenge holds. And this week we have the Decorate with Pride challenge up to the stage. I am so excited to take on this one, and the description reads as follows. Express yourself. Celebrate the vibrant Disney Dreamlight Valley community with the most colorful designscape you can imagine. Honestly, this is just screaming pride, and I love to see it just in time for the end of Pride Month, so I am beyond excited to see how everyone really channels the rainbows, the vibrancy, and the brightness to create some gorgeous scenes. I know that voting is going to be just so much fun, so I'm really looking forward to that when the time arrives. Now, over in the premium shop, I feel amazing because I can happily report that we were in fact correct about all 4 featured items. I want to take a look at each of these one by one, but that in itself is huge information because it means that my finds were spot on and we can plan our purchases better than we ever have before. I think this is amazing for anyone who doesn't like to spend real money on moonstones, or just can't, or maybe doesn't do it at all, because it can always feel tricky to know how much you really need to save for the upcoming shop. Now those sunflower wings are calling my name, so let's get in there and check them out. Yes, these are phenomenal. Oh my goodness. Up first, we do have these sunflower wings, and I love them so freaking much. I think that the yellow gradients catch the light perfectly, along with these sleek petal-inspired textures, just making them some of the higher quality wings that we have in the game. These are a absolute must-have to me, so I will definitely be grabbing them. Now it's just about waiting until I have a good chance to use them in a snap, because I need to find a way to really perfectly capture that falling petal animation. Then to match, of course, we have the sunflower ensemble, and while I am super disappointed that this is only a 2-piece set with the sunflower dress being this all-in-one design, I do still think that it is a very gorgeous piece. All of this layering looks really nice. There's a really nice shine on this top as well. Even the floral touches down on the shoes look really great. I just wish that these shoes came separately, and maybe even this top came separately from this skirt. I think it makes more sense than some of the other ones that we've been able to mix and match, but I do hope that they still continue to allow just more mixing and matching in the future. So many parts of this would have fit in with other elements that we already have in the game, so I am really just feeling like this is a bit of a missed opportunity. Next up are the vintage camper houses, and these are so cute. I think they'll definitely help players flesh out those campground builds or even create a cohesive section for Buzz's RV. These are just so nice. I love the texturing on them, how they look a little dirty, but they still have that shine. We have the seafoam version and then the classic version as our two options here. And I just think that it is so fun to see a duo of houses available. These recolors are really gorgeous, and I can think of so many items where they would be nearly perfect, but the color scheme just doesn't quite match. So I think this is a great opportunity for us to further customize our scenes and have a greater opportunity to bring our visions to the screen. Now, last but certainly not least, I am so intrigued by these floating floral inflatables. Now, good luck saying that 5 times fast. They have a gorgeous detailing though that I just love already, and the dreamy glow that they provide could add that extra pop of mystical energy in fairy snaps, or really just anything magical. The pinks here are super vibrant as well, so I think they'll be total eye catchers that really help to elevate scenery from snaps to casual decor. I will definitely be getting my hands on these, so I can't wait to check them out in the valley with y'all here very soon.
This isn't awkward at all! Have fun bit!
Our deals of the week are going to be quite a treat this time because we actually have the electrical parade tools available. These are going to be 10% off, so instead of their normal price of 3,750 moonstones, they're only going to be 3,375 moonstones this week. This set is going to come with the pickaxe, the phone case, the watering can, the shovel, and the fishing rod. Then we also have the hourglass. I think this is probably the best piece. It could do really well in Dreamsnaps, especially around any kind of vibrant party or parks type vibe. I can see these doing really well. I have actually wanted these for quite some time, so considering I have just enough, I'm thinking about it. I am thinking about it. Then our other items featured this go are the Inside Out Headquarters set. These ones are going to be 20% off this week, coming in at only 960 moonstones as opposed to their normal price of 1,200. This memory display partition has a few issues that I do think it's worth being aware of, so if you were going to pick this up, I would say that doing it on a sale is probably the best time to do it. These memory pieces just look so flat, and you can really see that when it turns, but if you get this item from really any kind of angle, it becomes painfully obvious. Then, if I remember correctly, I'm not sure that these actually line up correctly and create a cohesive wall look. So it is something worth noting if you're interested that this piece just isn't quite as nice as it may appear. Now, that being said, this quirky retro couch is so fun, it's so bright. I love the asymmetrical design of it. Even though I am a big fan of symmetry, I think stuff like this for statement pieces could be really fun, and with the addition of Inside Out characters coming later this season, with the end of summer's update slated to bring them, I do have a bit of a fear inside of me that we could see an Inside Out tag during Dreamsnaps, so there is a small part of me that is wondering if maybe I should take the time to pick this up while I can, just to get more items with that Inside Out tag into my collection. Then finally, we have made our way down to my recommended section, and I do want to take a look at each of these one by one. I am so happy to see this pirate parrot though, but one moment and we will take a deeper look. First things first, we do have this Corona fountain, and for $17.50 I don't think it's a terrible deal, but I'm probably gonna pass just because I have so many fountains already and my moonstones are going to be cutting it tight this week, so I don't think I'm gonna have the extra $17.50 to spare. Then we have the pirate parrot, and he's a need. If I have the extra moonstones, I'm gonna be getting him as soon as possible because I need this little guy. He has been one of the companions that I have wanted for quite some time, and now that we have companion leveling, he feels more necessary than ever. Continuing on, we also have the Kingdom of Corona trio set that will feature the Corona wardrobe. I think the gold touches here are really pretty. We also have the Corona clock, which will be a wall item, and the Corona sink. These are cute, but they're not anything that really stands out to me for 1500 moonstones, so I'm going to continue to pass on this collection. Then last, we have the Mad Tea Party. I hate the rides, frankly. I'm not a fan of many of the attractions, and this one is really no exception. I am completely comfortable passing on a ride that's going to cost 2,500 moonstones, especially considering I could get a new companion or even a dream style at that price, rather than something like, I don't know, this. And then sitting on the rides just feels really one-dimensional and almost dizzying to me, so I don't really get a full use out of these. I'm good passing. And psych, I guess I'm a bit of a liar because I definitely forgot that we now have a 6-item recommended section. So we also have the Madame Leota table. I think that this is so cute and so mystical. This raven sitting above is just perfect, and I love how no matter which direction you face, you always get a great angle on the orb. This is too cute, and I almost wish I had more moonstones this week because I would probably pick this up since I didn't get a chance to get it when it first came around. Then last but not least, for realsies this time, we have the Finding Nemo decoration set, which is going to come with this large aquarium and the manta ray mobile. Mobile. Yeah, we'll leave that for another time. Either way, it's going to be 1,000 moonstones for this one, and I think that these are really fun. I, again, just wish I had all the moonstones in the world because I would probably pick these up as well, but with the constraints this week, I'm probably gonna have to pass. We have made our way to the valley, and I am so excited to be the proud owner of this pirate parrot. He is just adorable, and I love his little outfit. I think he is so well styled, and I can't wait to use him in a pirate snap, so hopefully we get an opportunity very soon. I am in love with the colors and the way that the shine happens on the hat. It's just perfect, and even the shine on the feather piece is just gorgeous to really differentiate between the feather of the hat and the feathers of the bird. This is a stunning companion. I am so happy I grabbed him, and yeah, I definitely feel very satisfied with that purchase. Moving right along to the floating floral inflatables, I am a bit disappointed with these. The texture does look a little bit blocky on the leaves, and ultimately I do feel a bit sad that they only can be placed on the water. It is nice now that we have the river kit and can really make waterways where we want to, but it is sad overall because this item is so gorgeous, and I feel like having it be only available on the water is very limiting. I don't know what's going on with these leaves, but they just look so blocky, and I feel like they cannot be used up close really whatsoever. So I am a bit upset about these, honestly. I hope that they get fixed and maybe this texture gets adjusted in the game because these leaves are not it. And last but most definitely not least in our purchase haul, we have the sunflower wings, and I really love these. I'm super happy with my purchase here, unlike my last one, but I think that these are everything I expected them to be. They definitely look great, and that falling petal animation is everything that I expected it to be and everything that I wanted it to be. The only thing that I am just a tad bit upset about with these is that when the wings flap, you do get quite a bit of clipping on that middle piece, but there are still so many amazing angles where you don't see any of that I think they will still work great in dream snaps or on outfits. So I am really happy about these. Maybe in the future they will get around to patching that, but even if they don't, I think that it is a minor grievance on these compared to some of the other items that we've seen in the game. So I am definitely very pleased with this one. Now, I thought my moonstones would be safe, but they surely were not after seeing that long-awaited return of the pirate parrot to the premium shop. I had missed the little guy one too many times, and now he's finally in my zoo of critters, so I am a rather happy camper. I hope you enjoyed this week's reset and purchase review, and I can't wait to dive into another week of shenanigans in the valley. I'll catch you in the next one, but until then, toodles!